Hello, my name is Cheryl Harrison, and I'm from Mallard Point in Cedar Falls. And today we're going to read When the Beat Was Born, and it's by Laban Hill and Theodore Taylor III. Clive loved music. It didn't matter what kind, whether it was like wah-wah scat, a driving trumpet, a sorrowful twang of sad voice, or the belting boom of a gospel singer. He liked the way the sound thumped and bumped all the way down to his stomach. He loved the way the music made his feet go, hip, hip, hop, hippity hop. Little Clive lived in Kingston, Jamaica. His hero was a DJ named King George, who threw the biggest and baddest house parties in the neighborhood of Somerset Lane. On Saturday night, everybody who was anybody made their way to Somerset Lane for King George's hot dance parties. Little Clive was too young to go to the parties, so he went to the house when King George and his friends were setting up during the day. They'd arrive pushing a big hand cart stuck with crates of records. Clive had never seen so many records. He imagined himself as a DJ, surrounded by all those records, choosing just the right song to get the party jamming. He saw himself toasting like a DJ, talking and singing over the instrumental B-sides of records. Clive dreamed of everyone's feet going hip, hip, hop, hippity hop. Little Clive wanted to be a DJ. When little Clive was 13, he joined his mama in New York City. Clive wasn't sure. He liked the new neighborhood called the Bronx. It was cold, and he had to wear this silly winter hat with ear flaps, and everybody made fun of him. But Clive did find one thing besides music that made him feel like he belonged: sports. He ran track and he lifted weights. He played basketball at the neighborhood playground. Soon little Clive was no longer little. He had grown to 6 feet 5 inches. He called himself Cool as Clyde, after his favorite basketball player, Walt Clyde Frazier. But the kids on the basketball court took one look at his size and they called him Hercules. Clive cut the name short and called himself Herc. Then he added cool, and that made it just right. Cool Herc. The best part of being big was that he could go with his mama to the neighborhood house parties where he listened to the hottest tunes and danced like crazy. Clive loved these parties. They were just like the ones he stood outside of on Somerset Lane. One day, Cool Herc's father bought a monster sound system with giant 6-foot speakers. And when he looked up the system, instead of a really big sound coming out of the speakers, a little mumbling sound trickled out. Cool Herc spent days switching wires and plugging things into other things until one day, when the sound was big, not just big like Cool Herc, but big for the entire block in the Bronx. Cool Herc and his little sister Cindy rented a rec room in their housing project on Sedgwick Avenue. They hand-wrote invitations to everybody, when and where to get their groove on. They posted cards around the neighborhood. They set up their father's sound system. And on the night of the party, everybody who was anybody made their way to Sedgwick Avenue. And they had a hot dance party. That's when Cool Herc became DJ Cool Herc. DJ. Kool Herc noticed that the dancers danced crazy hard during the breaks when the lyrics had ended and the music bumped and thumped. Herc knew that's what dancers wanted, so he plugged in 2 turntables instead of 1. And when one turntable was done, he turned on the other one, and he would flip over to the other side and play it again. Doing this over and over, he made a 10-second break last for 15, maybe even 20 minutes or more. Herc remembered the way the DJs in Jamaica would chant and toast over the music. He started calling out the names of his friends during the breaks. There goes my mellow, Kokla Rock in the house. There goes my mellow, Clark Kent in the house. There goes my mellow, Timmy Tim in the house. There goes my mellow, Bambata. Everybody loved hearing his or her name called out over the music. He'd compliment people on their dance moves. He'd talk about the music and send shout outs. He'd make up little raps just like the jump rope rhymes he heard at the playground. Or he would call out, "Hey, Mike, on the lights, make a strobe." And Mike would flip the switch on and off. Over the next year, Herc took his parties to the streets and the parks of the Bronx. He plugged in his sound system into the lampposts. They pulled so much power that the street lights dimmed, the perfect lighting for a street party. Kool Herc's music made everybody happy. Even street gangs wanted to dance and not fight. Gangs like the Savage Skulls, the Glory Stompers, and the Blue Diamonds, the Black Cats, and the Black Spades turned into breakdancing crews who performed some of their slickest moves. Herc called the coolest dancers breakdancers or b-boys because they loved to dance the breaks. When Herc would find a really good break, he'd shout, "B-boys, go down!" And then the breakdancers would cut and jump their gymnastics. "Hey, hey, check this out. The top rock, the down rock, the windmill, one-handed hand freeze, the turtle, the suicide." Herc gathered a crew of friends to rap behind his DJing. He invited Kokla Rock, the Jamaican friend, to rap. He called him Master of Ceremonies, or MC. Coke knew all about toasting like Jamaican DJs. He was the first of Herc's crew of MCs called the Herculoids. Herc would introduce them with a rap. "Yeah, rock, and yeah, don't stop. And this is the sound of DJ Kool Herc. And the sound system you're listening to is what we call the Herculoids." Soon the kids from all over New York City came to see DJ Kool Herc, who threw the biggest and baddest parties on Sedgwick Avenue. Africa Bambata, Grandmaster Flash, Jazzy Jeff, and dozens of others all wanted to be DJs just like Kool Herc. There's no story that can't be told. There's no horse that can't be rode. No bull that can't be stopped, and ain't a disco we can't rock. Herc, Herc, who's the man with the master plan from the land of Gracie Grace? Herc, Herc. Herc didn't just rock the block. He put the hip, hip, hop, hippity hop into the world's heartbeat.